If this is your first time to the channel, please do so. Make sure that you're subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss another video like this one coming your way. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help this channel grow. Please feel free to leave a comment. We do get back to all of our comments. This video is not intended for children under the age of 17 years old. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Toy Room, come from mine to yours. And today, here we go folks, we got a brand new item for you. It is coming to us from Trick or Treat Studios, and they are available now on their website, trickortreatstudios.com. You could go on to their collectibles area and then go into figures from there, and then you should be able to pick yourself one up from there. It retails, yes, $49.99 plus shipping. Yes, it's going to be very, very expensive, the shipping, due to the fact that this figure, when I received it, was a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. Or you could go onto eBay and check out my good buddy, the Toy Slayer, and he might also have some in stock today, and he will even give you a better shipping rate and probably a better price than Trick or Treat Studios will. But he is on eBay, the Toy Slayer. You can check him out there. And there are many others, such as Big Bad Toy Store, and I'm sure Entertainment Earth will also be having these very, very soon. All right, folks, so here we have the Scream Greats 2, Series 2, a Rob Zombie film, Halloween's Michael Myers. This is from Trick or Treat Studios, folks, and this figure is hot, hot, hot. A lot of people have been waiting for this. Tyler Mane right here on your table, going into the collection, a Trick or Treat Studios version of the Rob Zombie's Halloween's Tyler Mane as Michael Myers. And if you're wondering how big Tyler Mane is, he is big, like really, really tall. I mean, just a very big man in person to meet, and a very kind man, I must say, also to meet. He is very, very nice in person when I last met him. All right, so here you have this action figure right here. Trick or Treat Studios is not going to give us a whole lot of articulation, but they are going to give us detail next to none. What I mean by that is this figure is going to probably look more like Michael Myers than actual other figures will. And we're going to get a comparison at the end of this video, for that way you could do it on your own. And hopefully eventually NECA will do a ultimate version of the Rob Zombie Halloween Michael Myers. And then it would get even better. But I do have a NECA version that they released many, 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 many years ago when the movie first came out, and we're going to look at the two side by side also. All right, so you can see the front of the package right there. You can see Michael Myers kicking back behind his window of pain, locked in his plastic prison, as he has finally made it home. Michael has come home to MOE'S Toy Room. Yes, he has. You can see he brings an extra arm. He obviously brings his kitchen knife. You can see the very side of that box. When I received this, I was shocked as to how big this figure is. And I was just like, wow, holy crap. There you can see the back right there. Scream Greats written all over it. And yes, you got some film cell movement that they put all throughout the back. Everything else going along. Like I said, these are available now. All right, so here you have the side. And there is the front. All right, folks, we are back. Michael Myers is checking in. Woo! 9 inches tall. And he is looking like he is slightly under 23 centimeters. I mean, by a hair, folks. This is a big figure for your collection. So I'll move him up a little bit more for that way you could see him a little bit better. Yes, he is a big figure. So He doesn't bring much. He brings a knife, so you can see that. Just standard wooden handle. Doesn't have any like detail in the handle or whatever, but I don't know if this knife is film accurate. Maybe some of you guys can let me know. But Trick or Treat Studios did put a little edging on it to really make it real sharp. And it is very sharp, so it's very pokey. So yes, please keep this out of reach of children. And it's not too bendy either, so you don't want to really mess with it. He also brings a more straight arm that you could get on him due to the fact that he has that arm there, and then you see that one. So you can switch them up, and the arms do switch really good, and I could do it like right in front of you guys, so that way you guys can check it out and see. But I just want to say something real quick. This figure is super nice. It's super big, and now that I'm looking at it, it's like, wow, $49.99. Well, you know, you're getting a beast of a figure. So yeah, so anyway, it is this easy. It just comes right out, and the new one just slides right in. Yeah, there you go, folks. Look at that. Yes, this figure is super sweet. I want to give him a turn, so that way you can see him from the side, and then I will give him an up close. Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios really captured this one, folks. Knocked it out the park. A little pricey, but if you're a Michael Myers fan, you know how we are. We always tend to figure out a way to get them. So yes, this is a beast of a man that played him in person. Tyler Mane is no small cat, folks. I'll tell you right now, he is very big in person, very tall. He was once a pro wrestler. They called him Big Sky. When I spoke to him, I had a little conversation with him at the Santa Rosa, I believe it was the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds. He was doing autographs there when this movie first came out. And due to the fact that I pro wrestled at one time, I just retired a few years back, but he was telling me he was trained by Mondo Guerrero, the brother of Eddie Guerrero. Look at that. Who would have thought? So that's at least what he told me. Super nice guy, and I happened to do some shows that Eddie was on. I showed him pictures of me and Eddie together. Kind of brought back some memories, so we had that in common. And due to the fact that we were like boys at the time, you know, and I was still wrestling, I think I was off to a wrestling show that night too, telling him about it. He didn't even charge me for like a photo or anything. Kind of hung out with me before he started signing autographs. Caught him when he was just getting ready to sit down and set up. So yeah, he was super cool to me and my family. Absolutely cherished that day. So I can't say the least. So far, so good. Every Michael Myers actor I have met, from Tyler Mane to Nick Castle to Ken Faree, I think those are the only three that I've met so far, have been amazing to me. I mean, it's just been an honor just to meet them, and they are so nice. You would never know that they are the man behind the mask, the shape, the man with the darkest eyes, the devil's eyes. All right, so here you have it right here. Let's check out, and you can see his. I tend to put it the way Michael would hold the knife, so you want to check that out. And there are some things that I really absolutely love about this figure, and one of them is that the fact that they really hide that hand in there. And when you look at Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie movie, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love this movie. A lot of people hated it, but I'm gonna tell you, I loved it. It put Michael back on the map. It put him on the radar. They gave us a big Michael that you could actually see versus a Jason or a Freddy or something that has a chance, if not even then some. This guy was a straight killing machine, and Rob Zombie gave it to us. So argue if you want to, but my feelings on that matter aren't going to change. And I watched a review with Danielle Harris when she was on a talk show, and she was saying the same thing. Absolutely loved Rob Zombie's version of Halloween. So yes, there you go right there. Yeah, I can't say any more than that. The movie was good. I don't know so much about the second one, you know, but it did have its moments. But I think that the second one should have focused more on Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, and that's something that these Halloween movies do tend to forget. Let's check out his boots. I didn't know if I showed you his boots. They are super cool. Look at the detail on that. Wow, just the color of the wash. Anyway, what I was saying is, I don't know what it is about these movies, especially like Halloween Ends and the second part to Rob Zombie's Halloween, is they tended to go off to where it was no longer about Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. Yeah, you want to see the chase. You want to see the guy hiding in the shadows. He's the boogeyman. You know, the boogeyman shouldn't be out in plain daylight, you know. Just have him hiding in the shadows, the darkest eyes. He just comes out. I think that's what made the original Halloween so good. But then what Rob Zombie did with his version of the original Halloween is he kind of gave us an insight with Michael, a little bit more of Michael as a child, to show you how he actually got there. That this guy was having thoughts from the day he was born. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen, I could have only imagined if he would have just said a few words to Laurie Strode in Rob Zombie's Halloween when he's showing her the picture, if he was able to speak, maybe he can't talk no more. Maybe somebody in the insane asylum where he was at, maybe they broke his voice box or something. I don't know. But I know you didn't hear him talk anymore after. And when he says, well, then I have nothing more to say, I don't know. You would think that he would have reached out the photo and just told her, I'm your brother. How much more different, more powerful that moment would have been, especially if he would have grabbed a knife and stabbed her in the arm on the spot and then proceeded to chase her after. That would have just, wow, that would have just showed you this guy's a straight killing machine. But he kind of gave his soft side a little bit because he loved his little sister Boo so much that that's what happened, you know. But here we go. All right, so this figure does not have a great deal of articulation, but the detail is just amazing. Super sweet. Look at that. Yes, all day long, folks. And that's about all you're going to get out of this Michael. His hands can spin around. They do work very well, especially with the knife. And then look at the detail in those hands. Let's check those hands out. Look at that detail. Can you see that? Maybe I could get it better. Can you see the hands? Wow. Just knocked it out the park. Trick or Treat Studios just knocked it out the park. Little pricey, but knocked it out the park. So I suggest, folks, grab yours today because this guy is probably going to be sold out and be sold out for a little while. So, yes. All right, folks, so let's check him out next to the other version of Trick or Treat Studios' original Michael Myers. This one was played by Nick Castle, and everybody loved that Michael. But then when you see the two, you're like, wow, does this Michael even have a chance against that killing machine? That thing, woo, that is a whole nother beast right there. All right, so here he is amongst other Michael Myers, still way bigger. I mean, really, really way bigger. And I'm going to go one further for you folks. So, if you want to see size, you put Jamie Lee Curtis. Look at the size difference of how she looks next to that Michael. All right, so let's move these other Michaels aside. I'm sure some of you probably want to see the original NECA version of the Rob Zombie version of Michael Myers, right? But then you see the size of Laurie. Look at that! How in the world would this woman be able to handle that guy? There is no way. No way. Now, when you look at size-wise versus these two, he's even a lot bigger. Okay? But when you look at her next to Rob Zombie's version, I don't know if she even has a chance. That's a fierce boogeyman standing right behind her. That's a little brother right there. You do not want to mess with that bitch. I'll tell you that right now, because this killing machine right here is no joke. And when you look at the two, look at that. Need I say more, folks? Need I say more? All right, folks, so that'll do it from here from Moe's Toy Room. Adding another Michael to the collection. I am happy to do so. This figure is available now. And I also want to give a special thanks to the Toy Slayer for sending this one out to me, giving me a really good deal on it. Yes, he is on eBay right now through his eBay store. He is a Toy Slayer. He had them last when I looked, but I don't know, maybe he sold out because they were selling out quickly. Or you could go on to Trick or Treat Studios. He is in stock right now, if he isn't sold out. $49.99, but that shipping is a killer. And then Big Bad Toy Store, I'm sure that if they're offering theirs right now, their figure might be a little bit more than $49.99, if not $49.99, but they also offer a $4 flat shipping. You could check them out. You could check out their thing with that, or Entertainment Earth, that's also gonna get you with the shipping. So either way, you're gonna pay a lot of shipping for this due to the fact that this guy is so big and heavy and bulky that there's no doubt about it. All right, hopefully I answered a lot of your questions here for this review. So please like this video, comment, and make sure you're subscribed. A lot more to come. It is the Halloween spooky season. We have a lot in store for you here at Moe's Toy Room. And what better way to do one of my first reviews? I've been doing some reviews now for almost 2 weeks in some in search of Halloween to get ready for the big holiday. Then this beautiful piece of an action figure made by Trick or Treat Studios, Rob Zombie's Halloween's Michael Myers. So from Moe's Toy Room to yours, good night, everyone.